Okay, today I would like to talk about misconceptions. Um, Misconceptions in various things. I would say I'm not just going to talk about the whole atheist, Christianity, evolution, creationism, gay, straight stuff, but I'm gonna talk about all that, and I'm gonna talk about some other misconceptions too. Obviously, I can't talk about all of them. I only have 10 minutes, and there's just not enough time for that. But first one I'm gonna start off with has absolutely nothing to do with any of those other things I just mentioned. California. I live in California. People have the misconception that California is a very cool place to be if you happen to be outside of the mainstream, if you happen to be more liberally minded, if you if you happen to be of a religion or lack thereof that is different than Christianity. Well, yeah, that might be true for San Francisco and LA, and I'll give San Diego too, and all the suburbs of those places. But California is a huge state. It's the third largest state. The vast majority of California is like farmland, and I mean it's conservative. The vast majority of California is very conservative, very religious, very intolerant. Anything north of Sacramento is pretty bad, and Sacramento itself is pretty conservative. As far as cities go, Sacramento is probably one of the most conservative cities in California. Anything north of Sacramento, is even worse. I live in a town called Redding, California, it's the quote-unquote biggest city in Northern California. By northern, I mean north of Sacramento. I consider Sacramento, San Francisco, the whole Bay Area. I consider that Central California. There is no official Central California, but I consider that Central California. Northern California, and Redding in particular, but Northern California in general, is very hickish, very conservative. There's lots of farmland. There's beautiful, like natural places. We have two beautiful volcanoes here. There's Mount Lassen, Mount Shasta. Lassen, I think, is still technically active, but Shasta is technically dormant, although what that means to me is that it's probably going to erupt sometime soon. Maybe not soon, within my lifetime, but I think it's more likely to erupt than Lassen. Lassen is active, meaning that it's it's spewing its stuff little by little, so it's probably less likely to blow. That's a totally different point. My point is there's beautiful natural stuff around here, and that does attract a certain new age hippie type. But that's the minority around here, and those people are usually just here to visit. The main locals, I guess you would call them, most of them are conservative. In fact, I've never seen any sign pro-Obama or pro-Hillary. I saw, recently I've seen one political sign, and it said, "Stop Hillary," and it had a picture of the little Republican elephant on it. I mean, that's what it's like up here. You know, California isn't all, you know, hippy dippy San Francisco driving around in a rice-a-roni ding ding trolley thing. Or, you know, Hollywood, you know, movie stars, all that kind of fun stuff. I mean, yeah, that stuff's here, but only in those two spots, and it's very concentrated in those two spots. Everywhere else, it's very diluted. I mean, you'll find a lot of liberal people outside of those places, but they always want to move. they're never satisfied where they are. They're always like, God, it sucks living here. And just like me, it sucks living here. Honestly, it does. But yeah, California isn't, I mean, people, oh, another thing about California is the weather. People always think it's, you know, it's all sunny and nice, and in the wintertime it's sunny, and in the summertime there's nice cool breezes. That's only true for Southern Southern California, sorry. Anywhere else, it's shit. And actually, even in Southern California, during the springtime, there's some light showers. But I mean, you know, it's still pretty nice down there. I've been down there a couple of times. It's pretty nice. But in San Francisco, even in the summertime, it is fucking freezing in San Francisco. Here in Redding, it is either close to snowing or it is burn your skin off hot. And there's like about 2 weeks out of the year where it's like moderate temperature. There's like a week in spring and a week in fall, and that's it. Every other day of the year, you're friggin' dying. And summer is coming up, and summer's the worst, because at least with winter you can bundle up. In the summertime, all you can do is turn the air conditioner on and all that's going to do is cost you money. So yeah, that's my rant about the misconceptions of California. Don't get me wrong, I like living in California. I don't like living where I'm at in California. I'd prefer to live somewhere else in California. Actually, I'd like to live in Sacramento. Sacramento's decent. It's sort of moderate. It's not too liberal, not too conservative. I don't think I'd want to live in San Francisco or LA, but where I'd really like to live is Canada. Yeah, I'm sure it's probably pretty cold up there, but from what I've seen of Canada and from what I know about Canada, the culture and everything, it's very similar to us here, but they just seem so much more open, so much more. I saw a picture once of what these teenagers thought was a ghetto in Canada. It was a nice little apartment complex. I mean, something that here would be like it would cost like $1,000 or more to rent there. And that's expensive here in Redding. I only pay $400 a month for this piece of crap place, and this is a piece of crap. But I think that's about it for now. My rant on California. So this is part 1 in the misconceptions series, I guess. Look for more misconceptions later on.